I will hold a
dedication.
plank throughout the whole podcast.
Hold. All right, go. Start.
If you hold a squat, I'll hold a plank.
All right, no, I'm out.
Can't people isn't the world record for like a plank like 6 hours?
Several
I think
days.
the new one was
hours.
broken for 8 hours.
8 hours.
I'm just gonna let you know, I struggle when Chip counts to 8
Yeah.
seconds. Like that is.
Doesn't it feel like the
insane.
last 5 seconds of a plank is always the longest though?
Yeah.
It's
So
like
I guess
he
it's
counts
just like that.
5.
It's like when he goes 10, 9, 8, 7,
Oh.
6, and then the 5. As soon as he hits 5, you're like, I'm pretty sure he said 5 8 times now.
Yeah.
But I think also Chip does slow it down. He's
Yeah.
like 30 seconds, and then like 10 seconds later, he's like 30 more seconds. Let's go.
legit,
stuff.
legit.
All right.
All right. Welcome everyone to episode 9?
10.
10. Oh gosh.
Oh,
we should
double
double digits.
digits. Double
Let's
digits.
go. That's what's up.
Let's go.
Jason's
We can touch each
episode
other
for double
now.
digits. I said digits. Why did I say digits?
Double digit episode. That's
Double
pretty,
digits.
that's pretty big to have.
That is, yeah. It's exciting.
We made
10
it
episodes.
past 10.
Made it past 10 before giving up.
we haven't gone on past 10, guys.
Oh,
We're
right.
oh,
We're still
Still,
on
still
10.
on 10.
But yes,
Right.
welcome back to the Project One Dance podcast. My name's Josh, and hosting with me today is
Ryan. My name's Ryan. I'm from Project One Dance Crew.
yeah, and we have special guest today, Mr. Jason El Khoury.
Hey guys, I'm Jason. Just like to say thanks for having me on this show.
That's really quiet.
That's
Maybe
really
I should
quiet.
turn you up a little bit.
No, it's all good. What about now? Is that better? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that's a good-
Thanks
that's
for
a
having me on the podcast.
That's the energy
guys.
we
Thanks,
need.
That's the energy we.
That's the
That's
energy
the
we
energy we're gonna
need.
get. That's the energy we're gonna get.
Look, Rob, while you're editing this this audio, I'm sorry if I made everything really bad, but you weren't here to help me.
Yes.
So,
Just
I'm sorry.
remix. Just
yeah.
That was, yeah. Wow.
okay, Josh.
Okay.
okay, Josh.
So yes, welcome, Jason.
Oh wait,
thank you.
Josh, your hair. It's like sticking up a little bit.
Thanks
a
for
bit
telling me this
It's
time.
a bit
Okay.
awkward.
Listen, last time they
bit
didn't tell me.
I was gonna say something,
but you just
I was like,
yeah.
should we restart? Like, should we just?
No,
Shouldn't restart.
no. Like I think
As your
There we
boy,
go.
as your
Alright.
boy, I personally think we should restart.
My boy, what do you mean?
As your man,
my man.
I personally think we should restart.
All right, ready? Thank you for telling me this time though. Like legit.
no, that's okay.
Like last time I looked at the thing, it was like sticking up. I was like,
Oh, really?
It's like when you have a snot or something.
Oh,
You're just like,
yeah.
dude, just tell me I have a snot.
tell me I have a.
Tell me I have
and
something
then
in my
get rid
teeth.
of that. Yeah.
Do-
No.
Is it-
I mean,
This is a visual joke for our audio listeners.
yeah. It's just a joke for audio listeners. Nah, we're so welcome, episode 10. We're here to interview Jason today. So without further ado, I think let's just get straight into this. Unless there's any news that anyone wants to tell us about.
News.
All good? No.
No.
Ryan
No news.
is
What?
back to host with me. What? It's been
Whoa.
weeks.
Oh
since
yeah, I
both of
did.
us
I
have been
did
back.
hear you have a break. Oh, and you were last week, right?
Yeah, I was last
so
week.
you took a break
And
last
then
week.
before that was
Yeah,
Ryan.
I took a break.
You
know,
took a break.
It's hard, carrying the podcast.
Yeah.
Carrying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're back.
Now
It's
we're
hurting.
back.
Yeah,
Back
it's
together.
hurting a little bit.
You're back together. Oh, the
What?
boys are back. Classical
Oh,
musical.
right.
I like it. Yeah.
Jason got me.
I
Jason
get
got
you.
it.
I get
He
it.
understood it.
Yeah,
All right. So Jason, tell us, how did you start dancing?
yeah. Okay, we're straight into the questions first.
Straight
off the
into
bat.
the
All right.
questions, man.
How did I
We
start
wanna know
dancing?
this.
Oh, let me. All right, let's think about this one. So, I guess I started dancing because my parents got me into it at a really, really young age. So,
Yep.
Music is something that.
Sorry, how
every-
old do you reckon?
So I think I was about 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so-
real
Damn.
young.
Real
young.
So music is something like every time music was on, I was born overseas. So the music that they used to play, like obviously was the Lebanese music. So that stuff was a bit different. But they used to always play that stuff. And apparently, obviously, I don't remember this because I was like, 1
You
or
were 3 or
whatever.
4.
I was 1 at the time.
Oh,
Would have been 1 at a
even
time.
younger.
So every time music was on, I was always dancing around.
Wow.
Just dancing like there's videos, there's VHS tapes
Yeah,
of me,
heck
like just
yeah.
dancing, falling down, getting back up, and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dancing non-stop. So it's just something that I guess I naturally do. And I guess like when I listen to that, when I say this story, I kind of think to when people tell me, "Oh no, I can't dance. I can't
Right.
dance."
Yeah.
Everyone can dance because
Yeah.
everyone has this little jiggy
Straight up.
inside them.
Straight up.
Yeah.
As soon as the song comes on, you do a little,
just that
little
feeling.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly right. So, so that's something like my parents obviously saw in me, and so then they got me into dance. And the first class that I did at the start was breaking. And so my first teacher actually was Stevie. Stevie
No
G.
way.
Yeah, Stevie G.
It's come full circle.
I know, I know. So Stevie G was still really young at the time. I actually should ask Stevie how. I think he might have been like our age.
Serious.
Do you reckon?
I think so. Well, if you're
Wow.
talking about like
'Cause then-
10 years,
yeah, yeah,
10,
right.
15 years ago,
If
Oh,
it-
that's
that is
yeah.
crazy.
Stevie's in his 20s, isn't he?
I think he hit 30s now.
30s.
Sorry, Stevie.
Oh, I mean,
I thought he was in his 20s, so
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
I mean, he does look very young.
He does
very
look
young,
very
very
young.
move.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
just,
if he
he
was
just
He's
young.
see, he shaved his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So yeah.
bald
Anyway,
now.
Stevie was my first teacher, and he taught me a lot. I was obviously at a young age. You don't really know much about dance, so power moves, just anything, any tricks.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was all I was into. So you know the headstands and the
Yeah.
Like,
trying to do the
everything that
windmills.
every kid would
Every
they
kid,
could do.
pretty much. You know,
Yeah.
you're there to
Same.
do the head.
Same.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly right. You're just there to do the cool stuff. And Stevie did teach me that stuff. So
Yeah, nice.
you know, the headstands I was really, really into. And then Stevie kind of took. I think he was doing a few things in terms of his dance career. He
Yep.
was kind of going to Sydney every now and then, and so Timmatic actually was replacing him.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Timmatic was my next teacher. And he was teaching breaking, which wow, when you look back at it, it's kind of like okay, Timmatic definitely isn't a breaker, but
Yeah.
you know, he was definitely teaching it back then. Yeah, so when I was doing that type of breaking stuff,
Yep.
and then Mum was like, "Oh, looking at the other classes at this studio, they also have hip hop," and I was like, "Yo, Mum, what's hip hop? Like, this isn't the breaking stuff."
This isn't head spins.
yeah, right.
yeah.
So
Not what
at
I'm
the
into.
time as well, I was watching Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Oh,
Stomp the Yard?
oh.
So that's like I think it's called stomping or something like that.
Stepping.
Stepping. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's called stepping. And so like that was really, really cool. But the main dude is a crumper
Wow, there you go.
and in that movie.
Yeah.
So when he was dancing, I was like, oh, that is sick. And
I
so
wanna
I was
do
just
that.
throwing real
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
like real hard movements. If you look back at it, there's videos. I've seen the videos. It's not good.
Is that the one you have like uploaded somewhere? It's just like Jason does cool dancing or something.
No. This one, no one's allowed to see.
No one's allowed to
No
see.
one's allowed to see. this
No
stuff.
one.
But yeah, like I was listening to like a lot of like the hard hitting stuff, and I was just chucking moves, and you know, at the time, like you think you're doing real
Yeah,
good,
yeah, yeah.
and you know, you got Mum and Dad like,
Yeah.
yo, he's gonna be great.
He's great.
He's
This
gonna
is
be
great.
You're like,
That's
I
the
have a
problem.
talent.
Yeah, legit. So then. Yeah, I was into that type of stuff, watching stepping, and so I was like, oh, what's this hip hop stuff? So Mum got me into hip hop. The way she explained it was hip hop is breaking but standing up. That's how she
Yo,
explained it.
I mean,
she goes, you pretty much just don't touch the floor, and I was like, but the cool
That's
stuff's
what it's
on the
all
floor.
about.
Yeah, I was like, the cool stuff's on the floor.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think the reason why she wanted to get me into this is because at the school discos,
Yeah.
I was always on the floor doing
Right.
head spins and stuff.
That's
And so Mum used to always look like in the crowd and be like, "Oh, why is everyone moving? Oh, Jason's there."
Jason says, oh.
That's so
Doing head
interesting
spins.
because that's like very similar to I guess hip hop origins as well, like of what we call hip hop today, like foundational party moves and grooves and stuff like that. Like they came about because people realized like, oh, I can't just break and dance with people.
Can't stay on the
At
floor.
Yeah.
I can't just like, hey, want to dance, and then like you just go
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
ground.
exactly.
And people have no
Imagine
idea
like
what
being
to
like,
do.
"Hey, lady, let's go out and dance." And then
Yeah.
you're on the floor, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, do you want to
What's
get up
going
now?"
on?
Okay, see ya.
yeah, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah. So then I get into hip hop. I was doing that for obviously a long, long time. And then I was kind of going through this phase where like I wasn't really into dance anymore. And so I was like, okay, I'll move studios. And then that was the year I went overseas. So I took a break. Just went back just like a holiday with my family.
Yeah.
So I took a break from it, and then it came to the end of the year, and I was like, okay, I wasn't dancing at this time. I put on like a bit more weight as like a
Right.
12-year-old, but like I was really unfit, and it wasn't
Yeah.
really my thing anymore.
Yeah.
But I was really into, hey Monty, I was really into like the isolations and the waves and stuff like that at this point. So I moved to studios, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this one more crack, and that's when I found PB.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so it was literally like Mum spoke to me. She's like, okay,
Don't
you
trip
gotta
on
be
the
careful,
wires.
dude. You gotta be careful, dude. And it was literally like, okay, if this audition doesn't work out,
Yeah.
then that's it. I'm
Right.
not gonna dance anymore.
Wow.
And so when I look back in how I started, it's literally a 50-50 chance of me dancing.
Yeah.
Because all it took was Chip saying yes, you're in
Or
the
no,
crew,
yeah.
or no, you're in the crew.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's all it was.
Yeah.
I could have just stopped then, and that would have been I don't even know what I'd be doing.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Chip decided your fate.
literally, like, it's literally all it took was a yes or no. And still to this day, like, I look at, like, we talk about it with Chip and I, and I'm like, I don't even know why Chip took me in.
Mm.
Like, because I don't know what I was doing.
Because
I
he
was
saw potential.
but I was just on a different level to everyone else. Like Taylor, Marie,
Yeah.
Rob, they were just up here. And I was just like real far below. And so that was also a first for me, where it was like I was a lot younger than everyone. And yeah, so I think it was also like the first time I was in a crew that was really, really, really challenging.
Yeah.
It
Right.
was really challenging. So like usually like in the crews, like I was at the front and I was always killing it. And I was like,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on guys, like, you know, really leading it. And then when I got to PB, I was like, wow, I'm the
Yeah.
worst one here.
I
Yeah,
am not
yeah.
as good as I thought I am.
Like, I better pick myself up. Yeah. So,
Mm.
yeah, like, yeah, I guess that's how it started. And that's what's huge, you know, anything can happen, but it's literally just a yes or no situation that has put me in where I
Right.
am now.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I guess a lot of that also has to do with like straight up your attitude and like how you approach everything else around dance. Because I think, yeah, with Chip, he always like auditions people. Oh, bit of a secret
Bit
here.
of insight here.
Insight. Less based on their skill, and more based on their attitude.
And
Right.
like, so like, I get what you mean by that. Like, they may be a fantastic dancer, but they may like go, oh, I'm the best, blah blah blah. I
Right,
don't need
yeah.
to learn anything. Versus someone who's
Really willing to
really
learn.
willing to
who
learn,
puts
but
in
on
a
a
lot of
lower
effort.
level. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
They'll put the effort in. He'll see that and he'll go, all right, this person wants to learn. I'll take them.
Because yeah, I think the thing is like skill is always so much easier
Yeah.
to train than
Yeah.
attitude.
An attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You can't really teach that. And I think this isn't throwing shade to any other dance studios or anything, but a lot of other dance studios, they look out, you know, we're trying to find the best dancers.
Yeah.
We're trying to find,
Mm.
if there's a crew, there's a comp coming up, we need our
Yeah.
strongest dancers.
Mm.
Something that I find with PB is we're training those dancers up.
Yeah.
And so you look at someone, I mean, look at Josh, right?
Yeah.
When we first saw Josh, we're like, Josh isn't going to beat. Josh is not.
Yep.
Like
No,
legit.
legit,
We got
no,
to
yeah,
legit.
yeah.
When we first saw Josh dance, we're like, he is not going to be here for long. Like,
Yeah.
and he's not gonna. It's not. This is not him. And then now when you look at Josh, like this is Josh.
Yeah,
you
you
know what I
can't
mean?
see him
This
any
is-
other
You
way.
can't see him any
Yeah.
other way. So it's crazy to see like PB brings out like a different side of people.
Mm.
Like, you know,
100%. 100%.
and all it took was just Josh's attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's also the thing about PB. It's like because of the environment that is cultivated there, it's like you have to kind of be positive and open-minded in
Yep.
this certain way.
Mm.
Otherwise, you're just like, I don't feel comfortable here. I'm not
If
gonna
you
go.
don't have the same mindset as other people in that area, you're not going to stick around for very long, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because like you'll feel that like odd and like you're not in the right area. And like I feel like a lot of that attitude in PB is positive and like bringing everyone
Yeah.
into that energy. You
I
know?
mean, you can feel that as soon
Yeah,
as you walk up those stairs,
100%.
man. Like
100%.
you walk up those stairs and you could have the worst day in your life. You walk up those stairs and you'll
Yeah.
smile. Like,
yeah,
smile. It's just
literally.
like, oh, everything, you know, you got the graffiti on the wall. You just feel the
Mm.
hip hop energy and it's just, everyone's just smiling. You shake everyone's hand. You're like, hey, you guys going? Well, we're shaking hands now.
Yeah.
But with COVID, we couldn't
Yeah.
shake hands. But yeah, like, it's just like, the energy
Yeah.
is just different. And that's what, as well, like, if you can walk into the studio and you don't have that energy, you're going to struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to struggle if you don't have that attitude of, okay, this studio is amazing. I've got to, if I want to be part of this, I need to pick myself up.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're going to struggle
Yeah.
there.
Which I think is fine. Like
yeah.
fine not having the same attitude or the same
Yeah, yeah,
values
exactly. Yeah.
as us, because there's spaces
Yeah.
in the dance world where it's
I agree,
you
yeah.
can do different things.
100%, because the same thing, we wouldn't be able to do it in other
Yeah.
spaces,
Yeah,
other
exactly.
environments
Yeah, yeah,
where,
yeah.
you know, it's a bit different.
Mm.
Just two different worlds.
Yeah.
Mm,
pretty
mm.
much.
Yeah. Cool. So like you were the first member of
P1.
like,
that's
our
here.
generation of
Yeah.
P1.
Yeah.
So what was it? I don't want to know more how you joined P1 because we already know that you joined pretty much straight in.
Yeah.
What was it like watching us
Mm-hmm.
Like,
integrate into P1
yeah, slowly
and
join.
kind of being the one that was like, oh, I've been here the longest,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like watching us join. What was
Yeah.
that like for you?
All right, so yeah, just saying what you said before, just joining P1 straight into it. So I was actually in P1 at the start, right?
Yeah.
And then Chip did this thing where he split up the crews, and so he went P1 and P2. At the time, P2 was a development crew.
Yep.
So obviously, Project 2 now is an amazing crew, and I've got the honours of teaching them, and they're an amazing crew. So yeah,
Shout
at
out
the time I
P2.
was
Shout out
in
P2.
shout out P2. Yeah, so at the time I was in Project 2.
Yeah.
And it was me and 2 other members or something, and he split it up, and P1 was off doing comps, training a lot harder than we were,
Yeah.
and then P2 was just like, we'd go in, it'd be really awkward. I think the other 2 members were like 18 and I was
Right.
12.
Oh.
And it was just like, it was really awkward. So when I look back at it, I'm kind of like, it's crazy how I stuck through that, because
Yeah.
it's like that energy was real awkward.
It was different,
It was
yeah.
really real. We went from a crew that had like 9 members or something
Mm.
at the time to then going to like 3 people.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
different.
a totally different environment. So that was, I trained up a lot after that. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, like if I'm going to get back into P1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting back into that.
That's good.
And then I trained. And then I go through these phases in my dance career where I go up really, really fast.
Yeah.
And then I slow down.
Right.
So I got up really, really fast, and then Chip's like, yo, you're back in P1. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, it was the best day of my life.
Yes.
I rocked up the training, and we started training, and I was like, oh, I missed this. I was like, damn, this is really hard again.
Yeah.
So it was just, yeah. But at that time, I was like, I'm not going to go back down to P2.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
Um,
keep it up.
I've got to keep it up. Like, this is where I wanted to be. I'm here, so I can't take this stuff for granted.
Yeah.
And then obviously when other members in P1, start to get older and life happens and people move on, and Chip holds the auditions for you guys. I wasn't there for the auditions. I was at the coast.
Yeah.
I remember it really clearly, and I remember I was kind of like, oh, okay, we're gonna have a new crew. Yeah, sure. I didn't really think anything of it.
Right.
Actually didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have a new crew. The
Yeah.
crew, I've been bouncing from crew to crew, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be nothing for me.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember messaging you, Ryan. I'm sure if we scroll up for about 8 years,
Yeah.
we'll be able to find. I think we were able to find the chat, and I was just like, "Hey, man, who's in the crew?" And you're like, "Oh, I think this girl
This
and
is
this
this
guy. I
one,
don't know
yeah.
who else, but randoms." And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay." And so I did a bit of stalking and stuff like that. I was like, obviously, like I knew Josh,
Right.
but yeah, just other people. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be a weirdly balanced crew. Everyone's a bit
Yeah.
different. Rob was
Mm.
like really academic, and I was wearing board shorts at the time, so it was just it was a bit different. So yeah, it was just, I knew that it was gonna be really, really different, and
Yeah.
so we got into class and stuff, and I think it's just. It's funny to look back on now, because
Mm.
everyone's so close, and even in skill, everyone's pretty close.
Mm.
But back back then you had like, I'm gonna say this again, Josh, but you had Josh who was really, really below, and we had a few people that were really up,
Yeah.
that
Right.
were really into it. And so for me, something that I was looking at was, why are people in this crew?
Yep.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure, Josh, you can agree. You were in the crew mainly for fun of it. weren't
Friends. I was literally in the crew to
You were
make
in there
friends.
for friends.
Yeah.
And this is something I spoke about to you guys the other day in the crew.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
saying how I wasn't in the crew to make friends.
Jason was there to
I was
get
there. I was
good.
there to win comps.
Yeah.
I'm
Get
there
good.
to get good,
Yeah.
do my thing, win comps, get good, do my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. I wasn't there.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
I'm just gonna win non-stop. But that's what I wanted. I just wanted just to win
Yeah.
comps. That's the difference between it. That's what I thought the difference between a crew and a class was.
Right.
You do a class, you learn. You do a crew, you compete.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so there was none of this, oh, I'm gonna build a family here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there was none of that. And
Yeah.
that actually, I reckon, didn't happen even until another 2-3 years.
Right.
How long have we been training?
This is our
I'm going to
fifth-
say it was actually recent.
Well, yeah. Oh, serious.
I'm going to say it was until we moved into the new studio,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is what, 2-3 years ago maybe.
2-3 years ago now. Oh, actually,
Is it less?
Yeah, no, I actually asked Chip. I think this is our 4th year in the studio.
this is our fourth year. in the
Fourth
studio.
year in the studio.
So that's just how recent. So it would have been like what, like 15, 16?
Yeah.
And I was training
Yeah.
with you guys since I was like 13 maybe.
Yeah.
So it was like an awkward phase where I was just going to the studio, just there just to train. Yeah, sure, we made friends here and there, but it wasn't. It
It's like
wasn't
less-
like yeah,
Less
it wasn't-
crew centered
less
and
crew.
more yourself.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
I'm doing this so I can win comps, so I can get better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the mentality that I had at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just, I'm there for me, and I think that's something that's I can say I think it's changed. I'm
Yeah.
not there just for me. I'm
Yeah.
here for my crew as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, like
I think definitely. I've
I've
seen that
Yeah,
change.
yeah,
a
you've seen
lot.
that change.
There's been big change.
But yeah, so just that's something that I definitely looking at you guys coming into the crew. I think something as well was seeing you guys grow
Right.
real fast. And so I remember this one day we're at the studio and
Mm.
Chip was like, oh yeah, Josh and Jason are the best freestylers in P1.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, Josh and Jason? Like, what do you mean Josh is on the same level as me? Like, I was
Yeah.
just like, what do you mean by that? Like,
You trying to say I'm
Yeah.
bad?
because legit, because Josh went from like literally like
Just joining.
and then after a year he was announced one of the best freestylers in P1.
Yeah.
And I was like,
What the
no, no.
I've been working for
Incorrect.
so long,
Yeah,
this dude.
literally.
Yeah.
And then there was a phase where like Amanda was doing really well
Yeah.
with Mal.
Yep.
I remember that.
And there was this video I saw online with Mal and Amanda doing a routine
Yeah.
on Facebook. And I watched it and I was like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah, right?
I'm nowhere next to these guys.
I
These guys
remember
are on a
when
different
Amanda
level.
hit
Like,
that
these guys are
accelerator.
sick. You guys
Yeah.
saw that video?
She like hit like a spot and went, and you're like, oh.
literally, literally. I was like, how does she pick up that routine? Like, that is insane. So it's just different things like that. Like just seeing everyone grow real fast. It was just, I think that's what made me really stick to it. It was like,
Yeah.
shoot, these guys are really in for it for the right reason now.
Right.
Like, you know, and so even if you are in it at the start for fun, if you really stick to it, and I think, you know, props to Chip because he was able
Yeah.
to provide us with that. But if you're able to stick with it, you realize it's not, yes, it's for fun, but you start to build this family.
Yeah, there's so much
and,
more.
And the reason why we have this family is because we all, at the, you know, leading up to these first couple of years, we all had the same goal.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all experienced together. We all traveled together. We've all
Yeah.
had our downs. We've all had our ups.
Yeah.
Together. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So yeah,
The whole point of P1
literally
coming together as one.
coming together as one.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah. Damn.
that's how I see it.
That's so cool.
Sick transition
Boom.
there.
Oh.
That's how I see it.
It's so interesting how like how similar a lot of our thought processes are.
Yeah.
How it's like how we all have kind of gone through the Dunning-Kruger effect where we're like, oh, we're so good at the start, and then we're like,
Oh,
oh,
no,
we
we
are
aren't.
not good. And then also the fact of just like starting off, you start off, and then as you progress through the years, you're like, oh damn, this is something that, you know, I can actually, I guess, pursue, put my whole heart in, you know, and like, yeah, really develop this family and this crew.
Yeah.
And like it's so much more than just a dance class.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's just I think also the transition from going from a class to a crew, and you're just like, whoa, this is different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we're doing fitness.
Oh no.
I'm really tired from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's a different mentality, you know. Like so, like you know, like you said, classes you go there to learn. Crews you still go there to learn as well, but it's more about growing
Yeah.
further
Yeah.
than just learning in a class, you know.
Mm.
And yeah, props to Chip for sticking with us
Yeah.
and not going, damn, these guys suck.
Yeah,
and
I'm
just
sure we
ditching
were
us.
like also all 9 of us are like such a weird group to put together.
Yep.
And
Literally.
like honestly, it's like how did we work? If you
Mhm.
think about it, like how did all of us 9 who have such weird different personalities actually come together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very like 1 in a million sort of chance.
Yeah,
that
that's
it
how I
worked
feel.
out.
And then also like how Jason said, the 50-50 chance. Maybe he would have stopped dance completely. Maybe
Yeah.
he'd be a millionaire by now. You never know, right? But like
Damn, Jess, have you
Damn,
made the right
dude.
decision?
Be a millionaire. I could have bought dance.
Oh no.
but like, you know, and then maybe if Amanda hadn't said, oh wait, no, she hasn't told her story yet. Never mind. Secret.
wait for future episode.
Yeah, or like, you know,
Anything
all
like
these
that, yeah.
all these little things. If I hadn't kicked Andy in the leg and then he was like, oh yeah, let's actually be friends instead of being like, screw you.
Screw you
right?
and punch me back.
Then like all 9 of us wouldn't be together.
Mm.
And then how different could things be, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
And, like when we say like, oh, 9 of us are different, just for the people that are listening, to put it in perspective, if we were all at the same school, most of us probably would not be in the same friendship group.
Yep.
That's probably the best way to put it. You know,
Yes.
if we were all in school, probably wouldn't be in the same friendship group. It might be friendly and stuff like that, but
Right.
probably not like, hey, let's go out.
Yeah.
Let's go for dinner.
Yeah.
Like what we do
would-
now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's probably the best way to put it. Like we don't have that, I guess, that outside of dance. Well, we didn't have that outside of dance type
Back
of.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, back then. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's also like you know like considering how often we saw each other as well back then, it's almost like you don't really. If you had a sibling in school with you, you would never hang out with your sibling.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
You wouldn't hang out with your cousin at school.
Yeah.
I
Because,
did.
You know, well, there you go.
Well,
Ryan
I'm
did.
lame though, so
Like Ryan's lame.
Didn't have any other friends.
So yeah, I feel like seeing each
Hit me
other
in a
that
hard
often
spot
was
there.
kind of like we didn't need to hang out at school or anything. We
Well, it's like
didn't
you
need
and
to
I
be-
went to school
Yeah.
together.
Me
Zoe
and Jason
Rob
went to school in
together.
college.
You know, other people went.
Yeah.
You and Andy did.
Yeah,
were
me and
really close
Andy.
friends.
I-
That's because you guys were friends before
before
dance,
dance,
right?
yeah, yes.
And so we went to school together when we were younger.
Yeah.
We took it. Obviously, had the break, came to dance, and then we went to school together again in college. But even then,
We were
when I
just
saw him, of
completely
course, I want to say
different.
like he's
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
mate,
yeah.
but I'm not like, hey Josh, because we just had two different groups.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
we just had two
straight up.
different groups. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's cool is that our life comes together through dance.
A common interest.
Yeah,
And I think
common. Yeah,
yeah,
legit.
also like we've built the friendship to the point of like how do I put this? Like because we wouldn't be friends like in school, right? In like a friendship group per se. Like we have built something else. Like we're close in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
Through the connections we've forged through dance and like
Through passion and all
through
that.
passion and
Yeah.
through
Because it's
spending
not
time
forced
together.
through a school. It's not
Yeah, yeah.
forced through anything. Like
It's
you
not
have
like-
to be. You
yeah.
got no one else. You know what I mean? It's not like at school because you got no one else. You got to try and make friends. Where with us, you know, we're in a crew together.
Yeah.
Like, we just naturally became.
And also
friends
it's like any of us could have left the crew at any point.
Yeah,
that's
you know?
very true.
100%.
Very, very, very
And
true.
like any of us could still leave it now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
But
There's,
even
like,
even if we do, if someone was to leave the crew now, I feel like the friendship group is so close.
Yeah,
that
it's like
it wouldn't
it's tighter
disband.
than that.
It wouldn't disband.
yeah.
There's
I mean like
at the end of the day, it extends further than
that would.
it extends further than just dance. Like,
Yeah.
Even if one of us was like, "Hey, listen, I want to take a break from the crew. I want to explore something else."
That's
you know?
fine.
That's totally fine. Go ahead,
Still
do it.
part
Like
of-
we're still gonna.
still part of Project
You're
One.
still part of Project One,
But we will miss you.
but we'll miss you.
Yeah.
Like, you'll
okay,
still.
I'm announcing my sitting down.
What?
I was gonna say I'm
Sit
announcing
down.
my leaving.
Sit down.
leaving
Sit
the
down.
Project One.
Sit,
Okay.
sit down.
I'm gonna sit down.
Now is not the time, Ryan.
You are
Now
not
is not the
leaving.
time, no.
You're not allowed to.
All right.
But yeah, like I feel like that conjoined like passion is still there, even
Yeah.
if you know someone leaves, it's still there.
Yeah, I think like we've built something at this point that's bigger than the thing that brought us together in the first place.
Dance, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
true.
beautiful.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Interesting. Thank
So-
you for that. Thank you for that insight, Jason, on your journey.
I'm kind of curious though. Like, so you, in terms of styles,
Yeah.
straight up, you started with hip hop and then did some popping and then, also breaking and then, like I feel like you've tasted like all these different
like literally
types
everything.
of
So
styles.
Now he's doing
okay,
locking.
All right. Let's just actually. You know what? I think at the start I actually lied. So I did a term of like jazz. All right. I think it was either jazz or
Ooh.
ballet. And what it was at the time. This is actually the studio that Chip originally taught at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like a term of it, so I don't really count it as
that
like
dynamic?
Yeah, dynamic.
Yeah.
So this was like one of the biggest studios in Canberra, where other people made their own studios from. So at the time, I don't really count this as like like that my first, because it's just
Right.
like you're like a little kid doing jazz. You're like, yeah, I got a little certificate for it. Like you know what I mean?
Participation.
Yeah,
That's
participation.
dope.
Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
I think it was jazz. I feel like it was ballet. Mum tells me it was jazz, but at the time you're just like, this ain't it, mum. This ain't it.
This ain't it.
This
I
ain't
don't
it.
like it.
Yeah, legit. So then I then went to breaking. Then I did hip hop. And then I was like, with my hip hop, I was thinking what I thought was hip hop at the time was
Right.
like this isolation wave stuff.
Yeah.
Sick.
So then I met Jackson and I was doing popping. And then I went through the popping and breaking phase where I was doing, popping crew at one end and I was doing breaking crew at the other end through
Breakers
PB.
Delight.
Breakers
Shout out.
Delight. Yeah. So I was doing the breaking crew. But Jackson was mentoring me
Yeah.
to be a popping instructor because this was PB Academy at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me to think now to be a popping instructor, it's so funny to laugh at. Like it's just like I laugh at it. Like, but at the time I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a popping instructor.
Yeah.
And I was training with Jackson, and big shout out to Jackson, man. Like that was the year that I actually won the scholarship. And Jackson legit like mentored me like crazy. Like that was, like I said, you know how I have like these spikes of just I grow
Yeah.
really fast.
Right.
That was that spike.
That was one of the
Right.
spikes.
That
I
was
think I
one of
remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like legit, and it was like that was when I really was finding my style, and it wasn't popping.
Yeah.
It was a mix because Jackson kept telling me, "You don't dance like a popper. You're using popping
but you
But you don't
don't
dance
dance
like a
don't
popper.
look- yeah.
And I was like, because I don't want to wear those baggy pants, man. I ain't wearing that. And I was like, yeah. So, I was doing breaking, I was doing popping, and I was just like, man, like this is cool. I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm grabbing a bit from here, I'm grabbing a bit from here, I'm grabbing a bit from here. And then I was just like, I don't know. I actually can't remember what it was, but it was just I started watching. That's what it was. I started watching online battles.
Yeah.
Right.
And I started watching these dancers from overseas. The European side of hip hop.
Summer Dance
European.
Forever.
Yeah, Summer Dance Forever, Just Debut,
Yeah.
those type of battles. And so I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the hip hop that you see from like the more the Asian countries, which is really foundational and like it's like
Party
real
moves, all
big
that stuff.
party move,
Yeah.
big grooves. It was like this was more isolated and like they're using concepts and they're really really creative. And I was like,
It's a very
that is-
creative style. of
Yeah,
hip-hop.
and I was like, that is what I like.
Right.
And
yeah,
so it
yeah.
wasn't like, okay, the real big bounces or the real hard hitting pops or the crazy tricks. It was just creativity.
Yeah.
And so I went through the phase where I was like, okay, I'm grabbing things from here, I'm grabbing things from here, and I'm making my own thing.
Yeah.
And then I started realizing that what I'm making is kind of more towards the hip hop side. And so I grabbed what I could, took it to hip hop, and then I started training the hip hop, training the grooves and stuff like that. Did hip hop intermediate.
Yeah.
Got to learn from Mal and Izzy again. Yeah, because I learned from them at the start of my
Yeah.
dance career. Then took a break, obviously learning popping and breaking. Then took hip hop again, learned
Right.
from them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like helped me so much. Started learning my grooves, used my grooves so I could have the hip hop foundation, but then use my creativity. And then that's kind of where I am now. So,
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. Like, what you do now, like, isn't really considered, or I guess it's
A style.
A style, yeah, per se. Like, I guess you could call it hip hop, but I think that's a big thing. Like, people are so quick to be like to try and categorize a dance,
A dance.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, a style, whatever it is. But what
I
I've been
feel
thinking
like,
recently,
Like the reason for that is they want to try and understand it better.
yeah, yeah,
And like with Jason's style of dance, it is so individual and so Jason
yeah,
that it's like when people watch it, they try to understand it, and some people don't understand it, and some people
Yeah.
don't like it, and that's their opinion.
right,
But at the end of the day, Jason's doing what he wants to do, which is so much better than being categorized
right.
by anyone.
Yeah,
know?
and that's what I've been thinking recently. It's like dance is just dance at the end of the day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like where we always try and put things in a box, right? Like you are a popper.
Yeah.
You must look like this.
You are a locker. You need to do this.
Yeah. Which is important to have your foundations
Yeah.
to understand everything that came before you and understand the style to be able to represent it and do
Yep.
it correctly. But at the same time, it's like this dance is just movement to music.
Right.
Exactly.
And so,
So-
when you say that though, you're saying people are saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are saying you can't like. I guess looking at that is that no one's really saying that.
Right.
You're thinking that. Yeah, maybe. Sorry, maybe a few people are saying it in terms of like, oh yeah, like when people told me, oh, you don't look like a popper though. You just got to be like, you know what? But that's the
that's me.
side I'm doing.
That's me.
That's
yeah.
the side.
Yeah.
And so
I'm
when it,
sorry I don't fit to your.
and so when it comes to like when it
Yeah.
comes to obviously I'd never be able to take Jackson out in popping, but when he comes out and battles me in a popping battle and his style is very different to mine, that benefits me because
Right.
I'm not trying to do what he does because
No.
he can do that greater
Yeah.
than me. You know what I mean?
You don't want to copy.
I don't want to copy him and I'm doing something different.
Yeah.
So that way when a judge watches it, it's kind of like, oh yeah, he's doing what he's doing, but nowhere near as good.
Right.
Where they can't really compare it. They just go like, okay, which one do I like more?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It strips that away from like, oh, he's better at popping because he's just a stronger popper.
I guess that's the thing. Like the difference between a categorized battle, like a popping battle, or a open style battle.
All style,
right?
whatever.
But I think that's something that in the dance world we're never going to be able to figure out is like, how do we actually judge an all-style battle?
Yeah. Because it's at that point it's just preference, right? And I think that's why they try and always get like so many judges. So
Or
it's
high up judges.
yeah,
as well.
high level. So and like an amount where it can be kind of unbiased and differences in the judges, right? You might have a breaker, you might have a popper,
Yeah,
you might
yeah,
have
yeah.
like all these different people
Yep.
that have different points of view, so that they can judge fairly
Yep.
without bias per
Yeah.
se.
And so it's kind of like if you got 12 judges that are all different and they're
Yeah.
all voting for one person, like
That person,
that person
yeah,
took
yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
But that's
Whereas-
also the thing. It's like hard to again, like even having that, it's so hard to judge this stuff because like there's no criteria for dance, right? Like unless
It's
we make the
just what
criteria.
you like to see.
It's
It's
literally
not like a well, we're talking about battles here,
Yeah.
by the way. But it's not like a routine where it's kind of they got a sheet in front
Yeah,
of them and
like
they're
a
ticking off
showcase
as
of
they go.
Criteria.
Yeah,
You know, they're not
Criteria
ticking
to
off as
tick
they
it
go.
off.
And we could do that, but I feel like that strips away the whole hip hop culture of
That
Yeah.
strips the whole thing away from it being a freestyle.
I feel like that's why there's that whole thing between art and dance. Oh, wait, art and sport.
Right.
Like dance.
Yeah.
Is it an art or is it a sport? And like so many, the big kind of, I guess confusion is like if it's a sport,
Yeah.
it has to have rules, right? So then you can have one team that wins or one team
Right.
that
Yeah.
loses,
Yeah.
right? But how can you put rules on something so free like
Mhm.
dance?
It's meant to be really expressive.
That's a
How
really
can-
good way
how
to
can you
put
be
it. That's
like,
a really good way to put
This
it.
person dances to this snare this certain way, so they get more points than this person who dances to this snare this certain
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Where
And
it's
then,
like,
but then that also strips away, like what Josh said, it strips away the freestyle.
yeah,
Because now I'm thinking, all right, so
I need to tick
I got to
these
tick these
boxes.
boxes
Yeah,
because that's
legit.
what we do in a competition.
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
We look at the criteria. We go, okay, we've hit 10 different sides of the stage. We got a cannon there.
yeah.
We've got
We have
this.
3 different styles. We have this.
You know what I
this,
mean? So
yeah,
that's what it ends up being. We strip away that freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I guess that's just something we got to try to figure out, and it's just you know,
And
it's
you
all
know,
opinionated,
hip hop is
yeah.
still
Yeah.
so young.
it's still so
It's
young.
still so young, so
Exactly.
it's got way further to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, in my opinion, I feel like dance is not necessarily a sport, but it should be
treated.
treated like a sport, so
100%,
we can have
100%.
the opportunities that sport has.
I mean, we train like athletes.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily be like, put rules on it and be able to,
So what are you thinking about breaking being in the Olympics?
I think
Because
it's good.
that's I
Yeah.
reckon that's going to be a score sheet.
That's very controversial. Like breaking in the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard because, but I think the thing is, it's like you have judges who are like OGs,
Yeah.
right? And if they're representing the culture correctly, and they have a bit of input within the Olympic committee or whatever,
Yeah.
which I don't know if they do or
yeah,
not.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's as long as like if you do it correctly, because you can imagine it's just like any other battle, but just in the Olympics. Like
Yeah.
how good would that be? But if people start to put these rules and regulations and like you have to tick out these boxes, do power, do freezes, do this, do this, do this, then it's like then that's when it's
That's stripping it away.
But if you just keep it as raw and as true to the culture as possible, but you give it this stage and this platform to reach a wider audience and draw in more people and have deals for these athletes, these b-boys,
Make it
and
more.
b-girls.
Make it possible for b-boys and b-girls to live
Yeah.
off of what they do.
Like it's
like a
it does so
professional
much for the
athlete.
culture. Yeah, I feel like that's we got to think bigger than just right now,
Yeah.
right?
Talk about
long
future.
term.
We're talking
Yeah,
future.
that's in my opinion.
Yeah.
as well. Like,
Everyone's
Ryan
entitled
for
to
president.
disagree.
Ryan for president.
president.
Ryan for president.
Right? No.
We didn't even have a president in
Yeah.
Australia.
Prime
USA.
Prime Minister.
Have you guys
USA.
ever thought about how weird prime minister? Like, he's the prime minister.
Yeah, he's the minister that's prime.
Yeah, right.
Like how weird that
Optimus
sounds.
Prime.
Prime minister. Like it sounds like a fantasy character or something.
Prime Minister.
Prime
yeah.
Minister.
Yeah, legit.
Right?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
That's funny.
Or bloody feels like a fantasy character. Hey, well, politics.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think we'll move into our lightning round questions now.
Explosion.
Lightning.
Right.
Project.
No one's gonna edit this in, but
Actually, no. Rob has done.
Rob, he adds
Yeah.
the audio.
I heard the
I
audio.
audio,
I did
right.
hear the audio.
Yeah.
'Cause
But I don't add
watch. I
anything.
watch it.
Yeah,
You watch
you
it.
I
watch
watch-
it. Yeah.
Wait,
So you.
I
you're-
actually watched
You watched
the
the whole
Wow.
thing, right?
Not the
Look.
whole. You know what? Ask the other P1 members if they watched it. I did ask them.
I know Andy does.
I know Andy.
I know
I know
Andy
Amanda
does.
watches it.
I know Amanda watched. Yeah.
That's about it.
That's about it. That's all I know.
Rob.
Well, I watched half
probably?
of it.
Rob-
You watched
well,
half of
Rob's
it.
Rob's in it.
Rob
Rob's
has
in
to
it.
watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Jade doesn't watch it. Jade
Yeah,
doesn't
I
watch
know-
a single one.
Yeah. Because
Rude.
she has said I haven't watched it.
At least she's
I don't
open
know if
about it.
Zoe's ever watched it.
Yeah. I don't know, Wendy.
I reckon we should make him hold a plank and watch it
Okay, what
For
if
warm-
Straight up the whole time.
the whole
Yeah.
time.
Whole time.
Let's just go for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
All right. 2 hours?
2 hours? Yeah.
Yeah. Super long episode, guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
I reckon we
So-
should like one day just go for like 2 hours and then maybe go like 10 minutes. Just try it out.
Maybe if we got like everyone.
Yeah. Bro,
Should do a big 2-hour one.
that would
Big long session.
be so hard to follow.
It'd
but
be
let's do
so
it.
hard.
Let's do
It'd
it.
be so hard.
Imagine
Hey,
trying to
can I have
edit
the mic?
Give me the mic. We only have 4 mics.
Just wait a second. Wait. Yeah. So like I
I'm
was
not
saying.
finished yet. Cool. So, lightning round questions. The rules of this game, you have to answer the questions quickly but goodly.
Quickly but
Quickly
goodly.
but goodly. You know how it goes. So, ready. First one, fave style and why?
Hip hop, because that's what I've been training.
Yep.
Favorite color?
Color green.
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
I don't know. I
Okay.
genuinely don't know.
Something you want to achieve this year?
Shoot. I want to travel this year.
Damn.
I do want to
That's
travel.
pretty hard to
again.
do
That's
this
hard
year,
to
but
do this year.
I know that's something I want to achieve. But whatever it is, if I have to go to Sydney, any
Right.
type of travel that's going
Just go
a
somewhere.
travel that benefits my career.
Yep.
A travel that benefits my career.
Cool.
That's dope. Top 3 talents.
Dance, talking.
Yeah, I agree. Talking to
I said
people.
that last week.
Just talking.
People skills,
Yeah, people skills. and,
People skill?
being confident.
being handsome.
Being
Confident. Sorry, what?
confident and being confident.
No, like I feel like that question's always weird because it's like, all right, now brag about yourself.
Yeah,
for a
literally,
little bit.
literally.
I don't want to do
I'm just
that.
like, yeah. How about you guys tell me what my
Yeah.
3 talents
No,
are?
but I would definitely agree with those 3.
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
Dance, you know, talking to people,
Dance, yes. Okay, I'm excited.
Communicate.
and confidence.
Okay.
I feel like you have a confidence, a charisma that you can just be like, you
Charisma's
can
a good
walk into
word.
a room and be like, yo, I'm Jason, and everyone's like, oh,
Yo,
It
you
is
guys
Jason.
are nice. You guys
It's
are
Jason.
Stop.
No, I'm serious, bro. I'm serious.
Oh,
Like I feel like
thanks,
you have.
guys.
It is a
An aura.
it's a skill to be able to walk into a room and just
Talent.
be comfortable.
It's a talent.
Talent.
It's a
Sorry,
talent.
talent. Sorry,
Just
talent.
make sure you get that. Get that.
Talent.
over.
There's a
Just get it
difference.
right.
Yeah.
Which one skill do you want to master?
Oh,
Tell us the
one
skills now,
skill.
huh? We know the talents. Tell us the skills.
I want to master teaching. I want to be able to
Sick.
influence other people, but I feel like the way for me to do that is I have to learn myself first.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something in the long run that I feel like I will get eventually.
Dope.
I just want to be influential. You know, like when sometimes people say something and you're like, oh, that's the one. I want to have that effect on people.
Right.
Yeah.
You know how like you guys just said like, you know, Jason walks in, Jason. I actually want to literally
good.
have that
That's good.
in terms of when I speak. I want people to be like, wow, I
To
see
listen.
this differently.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get what you mean about like having to know and like learn and know stuff before you can actually give.
Yep.
Right. Because if you listen to this one person who doesn't keep growing and
Yeah.
doesn't keep learning new things, and you're just like, all right, I can only learn this much from them.
Yeah.
And then just move on. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's kind of like me teaching now. It's like teaching P2. The only reason I'm teaching P2 isn't because I'm a better dancer. It's not because I'm older. It's just because I have more experience. Like
Yeah.
in terms
Yeah.
of I've done the things that they want to do.
Yeah.
And so after they do that, I've got to go do my own thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And Chip, that's something that Chip's always going to have something on top of us is that he's got his own business. Like that's some next level. Like that's something everyone wants to do, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Cool.
I just realized you might have been like really quiet this
Yeah,
whole
I was
podcast.
looking at that. I've been louder than everyone, but
That's all right.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Sorry, Rob.
Sorry. Should be fine.
sorry, Rob. Screamed to that one.
And next question.
All right. What about
Yes, English.
What's
Today,
your
Junior?
superpower? If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Fly.
Fire.
Yeah.
Why?
Fly. I wanna
Fly.
fly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, fire?
Fire.
Fire.
I just want to be able to fly. Like I've had
Right.
dreams of me being able to fly.
Yeah.
And just being so free. Like I heard people talk about teleportation and being like, oh, being invincible, you can do whatever. I just want to fly, man. Like,
just
I just
have
anything.
fun.
If I like legit, I feel like you could do anything. You don't need to teleport because you'd be living your life.
right.
Like you'd be flying and just seeing life and you can travel. But it's also
Sick.
like, you know, if you want to be like a superhero,
Yeah.
if I could fly and someone shoots at me, man, I'm flying away from that. I fly there. Like I don't have to be super strong. I'll just fly into them. Like
Right.
The
Right, I
the
get that.
the ultimate fight or flight responsibility.
It's just actually flying.
He actually flies away.
Actually
Who did you
Okay,
dislike
wait.
most? Oh, sorry.
With the flight, is like, do you get as tired as you would if you walked that
No,
distance
no,
or
no, no.
ran that distance? No.
You wouldn't get tired.
You wouldn't get tired.
No.
It would just be
Okay,
natural.
That's the power. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you dislike most in P1? When you first started.
Ooh.
Or I suppose when everyone joined.
I watched this episode last week. But probably my answer's probably the same thing, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Ryan the most. But Josh was also like kind of there in terms of about halfway like through when we would like in the crew. I was like, dude, is Josh actually going to train or not? Like, so sorry, Josh. But you know that. That's why it's funny to look back on. That's why it's funny to look back on.
Because it did take me a little while to like realize, okay, I need to, step up, and I have.
Ask me who I hate now.
Who do you hate now?
Don't.
That's for another 4 years.
I reckon I was pretty annoying when I joined though. Like I was very.
I have my reason.
I was very confident and full of myself. But yeah, your reason is just like I laughed at you.
You
right?
laughed at like you
But
just.
I
I
wasn't.
was just looking at you like, dude, don't laugh. Like,
Just don't laugh. But I wasn't even laughing at you.
yeah, I know. I know. You just looked at me and laughed my way, and I was like, who the fuck?
Who is this
How do you
dude?
think you are?
Top 3 dance inspirations.
Paradox.
Yep.
Yes.
Expected.
The Canberra community.
Mm.
The Canberra dance community.
Yep.
Because I feel like we've had a huge growth.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was that one year, I think like maybe 3 years ago, where it was the first time ever that Canberra had more dance crews than New South Wales or something like that, or Queensland, whatever it was. So that was pretty, just that growth there, and of course, most importantly, PB in that section.
Mm.
Who would be my last one? I guess like the new up and coming dancers.
Mm.
Yeah, like the new ones, the people. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but you know how like we started dancing. We'd go to Sydney.
Yeah.
People were really good, and then we came back. We got good, and then we went back there, and they were really good, and then we came back, and then we went back, and they were really good.
Yeah.
It's like okay, they're getting really good. So people that just start off, they're really good for those. You know what I mean? Like they're looking at them like they're really neck level. Where we kind of looked at them thinking they were amazing when they might have just only started a few years or whatever it was. But like, I guess people that just started when people have 10, 15, 20 years experience.
Yeah.
It's really hard. But I guess
Scary.
it's scary. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
but in terms of that, if you are just starting off, treat it as like you're inspired by those people, not like
And I-
shoot. Like,
Yeah. And I think also like because these people are at such a high level, if you're able to learn and absorb knowledge from them, you will grow 10 times
yeah,
faster.
legit.
Right?
If you can, like,
Yeah.
learn from those people, of course. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Cool. Favorite food?
Sorry, I just want to go back. Sorry, I'm really
Fire
bad at the
rounds.
lightning
Quickly,
fire
quickly.
rounds. Like, so what you said before about the Canberra community,
Yeah.
I was like just thinking like straight up how we've almost grown up with a lot of the crews that have been coming up
Yeah,
with
legit.
us.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, seeing those people's growth and the individuals within those crews and everything, that's really dope to see.
And I think what's going to be, like, when I think about it, it's really
Yeah.
scary is that when I was growing up, there were crews and adults that I looked up to that now aren't competing anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, guys, is that going to happen to us? Like, are we just going to disband and this is never going to happen again? And it's just,
No.
we did all this
Never.
stuff. And
Well, I think like one of our priorities will always be to grow and cultivate the ACT in Canberra dance scene and community.
100%.
So
Gotta give back.
yeah, even if we do stop doing comps, maybe we can still help out some sort of way. Maybe make our own comp.
What?
No, he's looking at me. He's looking at me like
I was
no.
just like, that means we have to write up criteria.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
not really writing up that stuff, guys.
We write. What if
Well,
we just do it like judges?
yeah.
Like,
Like,
what if we
First-
legit do a comp?
everyone,
but it's like
everyone
top 30
gets,
now?
yeah.
Crazy.
Damn. And then you have to do your
imagine
routine like 10
imagine
times.
everyone has the same song.
Oh. Yeah.
Everyone knows about the song.
Right.
You got to prepare 8 different routines in case you make it to the finals.
Damn.
You go
Far
one,
out.
and then at the end, everyone stands in line and they
Yeah.
go, okay, boom, boom,
Boom,
boom,
boom,
boom,
boom,
boom, boom.
That would actually be.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
We have
Yo.
conversations to make this. Now.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah. Favorite food?
I guess kebabs. Yeah, just
Ooh.
Dope.
yeah, just
Favorite.
guys. Why is my dance name H0t Kebab? Like
You
who,
weren't you the
who
one that
gave that?
chose that?
Yeah,
Did you
but,
make it?
but like why? Like why didn't no one stop me? Like
I did.
you saw
it was your
Josh's,
decision, man.
you saw
Who
Josh's
was
hair
I?
was bad.
Who was I to be like, hey, you should change your dance name? I don't think it's that bad either.
it's not bad in terms of.
But like everyone
It's
knows
not bad
you as
because
Hectic
everyone
Kebab.
knows me as Hectic. That's why it's bad. 'Cause when I go to Sydney, it's not Hey Jason, it's Hi Hectic Kebab.
Yo, it's
and I
Hectic
haven't
Kebab.
used Hectic Kebab in Canberra
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
But it's still there in
stays
Sydney.
Oh man, I like. Wait, don't you have like 5 different names?
I don't
though?
even know. I
For,
don't
like,
even know.
popping cherry.
It really, it really depends on what
What style
I'm
you're
feeling and
doing.
what
Yeah.
style. And
All these
I'm
different
trying to find my
names.
DJ name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your wait? Do you want to say this one, Josh?
Well, it's important. It doesn't really matter. Favorite sound,
Sound. Why is that important?
Jason. I know what you're gonna say.
I was literally like turbo. I was like, that was the first thing. That was the first thing I heard was the sound of turbo.
Wow,
That was literally
wow.
the first thing. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah.
A turbo whistle.
Turbo whistle.
I just wanted to hear him say it.
Yeah, just.
Andy sent me this.
Do it better.
Andy sent me the skateboarding video yesterday, and that is actually so soothing. Like the sounds of just like.
Wait, next one. Next one.
Yep.
Rain at night on
Yo,
colorbond fences.
Yo.
But it has to be at night.
Yes.
That's what's
It
up.
has to be at night.
That's what's up.
And
It's
and you have to be
cozy.
sleeping.
It's cozy.
And you have to be warm.
It's so good.
Like I could
Oh.
usually like I listen to like music at night time.
Yep.
People listen to like real hard hitting hip hop music before bed.
What?
And I'm like, I can't do that because I'll be dancing in my
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah,
I
like-
can't sleep.
I
It's
don't
like I used to
understand.
study with like real hard hitting. I was like, I can't do that. So I listened to like soft meditation music.
Yeah.
And the other night I think it was raining and I was like, nah, I'm turning off the music. I have to listen to this rain.
Yeah.
So I just sat there. I was like, oh.
Yo, it's so
It's the
nice.
best
It's
noise.
cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like with meditation, it's like one thing about meditation is just like letting sounds kind of hit your ears and not trying to like process it or like do anything with it. So like the rain really helps
As
because
it
it's
comes,
so
yeah.
random and so like it's white noise almost.
Unpredictable. Yeah.
Unpredictable, and you just like kind of let it seep in and you're like, so relaxed.
yeah, true.
Yeah, so good. All right, so next question. This is our last question.
Most important one.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, think about this seriously. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Josh?
I knew it wasn't gonna be serious
What?
as well. I knew it wasn't
What do
gonna
you
be.
mean?
What do you mean?
As in, like, I
Serious
knew
question.
it
This is
wasn't gonna
important.
be.
This is an important question.
I don't know, man.
On a scale of 1 to 10, dude, I personally feel like you don't deserve a number, man. Like you're more than
Oh,
that. You're more, you're
I
more
thought
than-
I thought you
Yo,
said you don't
dude.
deserve a 10. I was like,
No, I was like, bro, you don't deserve a number, man. Like you ain't a number.
I respect
You're more
that.
than just a number,
Bro,
bro.
you should be
respect
called
that.
J Smooth instead.
J Smooth.
Yeah, thank you.
DJ, J Smooth.
DJ Smooth. Wait, no, that doesn't.
DJ.
I mean-
D Jason? No, that sucks.
Dear Jason. Like,
Dear
like you're writing,
Hey,
Dear
dear
Jason. Yeah.
Damn.
Cool. Wow.
There we go. That's our lightning
That's
round.
our lightning
Awesome.
round. So, our next segment, which is it's still a new segment, is what music have you been listening to?
All right, see ya, Jason.
See, Jason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
What music you listening to? Is that
I love him 2 out of 10.
There's the
He's
number.
a 2 out of 10.
There's the number.
I
There's
like
the
that you
number.
actually you still gave him a 2 after that though. Like it wasn't a 1 out of 10.
Nah,
Still
dude.
two.
ain't
It's
no
more than
one,
one.
bro.
More than
Respect
one.
for that.
Oh damn.
Respect for that, bro.
Yo.
Oh, too funny. What music
So-
have I been? I'm gonna pull up my phone.
This segment, what music have we each all been listening to this week?
All right, so I'll start off. I've been listening to some Bruno Major.
Okay, I thought you were
released-
about to say Bruno Mars.
me
I was
too.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He released a new album soon. What? Soon? No, a little bit ago, and it's very like it's so chill and very nice. There's this one song that kind of reminds me of Rainbow Connection. Here, wait, I'll play it.
Is it getting copyrighted?
Yeah, play a couple
We've been
seconds.
okay so far because it's not like played directly in. Right? Do you guys hear
I'll
that?
just add a beat in the back.
Yeah, right.
DJ Smooth.
So it's like super chill and like I put it on while like I'm cooking dinner and stuff and I'm
Yeah.
just like
Do you feel like that's
good stuff.
you're listening to that because you're in that mood, or because you want to be in that mood?
Ooh.
I think
These are the important questions.
important questions. I think it's the latter. So
I can't remember what the ladder
yeah,
was.
me neither. I just said that to try and stall for time.
Oh no.
No, I think it's a bit of both actually.
Okay.
So I think sometimes when I'm like a bit stressed out, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to calm down.
Yeah,
Like
calm
this.
down.
But also recently, I've been like, I feel like I've been pushing and working really hard and like doing a lot. So then once I like end my day,
You need a
I'm
breather.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Time to chill.
So I feel
I
really
like it.
relaxed.
I like it. Yeah,
Nice.
doing
Cool.
that. So that's dope. Bruno Major.
Bruno Major.
Bruno
Dope.
Major.
Yeah.
Dope
What about you,
artist.
Jace?
So I think you said this in a podcast before where
Yeah.
like I have very different types of music.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like
jumps a
either
bit.
I got a few like it's like either real old school like it's like a lot like old school R&B or old school gangster
Yeah.
or new school the real swag like the real hip hop stuff.
So like J. Cole sort of stuff.
Yeah, or no, even like the Tory Lanez type of stuff. Like that.
Okay.
Like that
Totally
real,
sick.
yeah. Or like I barely listen to that mumble rap stuff.
No.
But,
Yeah.
but like if I'm in that mood for it, I'm just
So,
like
like,
yeah,
in
sick.
that mood for it.
And then
Yeah.
obviously like that last one is like that real soft, like that type of music where I'm just
Yeah.
like in my feels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Music.
Yeah. So like at the moment, like my liked songs is like everywhere. But I've been listening to like a lot more of the raw hip hop. So listening to like the old school Ice Cube and Akon,
Akon.
LL Cool J, stuff like that. I've been listening to a lot.
LL Cool J or
Method
Cool
Man.
Wendy? You know they have beef.
Yeah.
And that's
LL Cool J I think had a lot of beef with people.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Nas. I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
Nas
sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Nas is a goat.
Nas is
He's-
good.
Nas, yeah. Nas is good.
Damn.
Cool.
that's
Yeah.
dope.
I've still been listening to Party Next Door. Really been really into his stuff.
Ooh. Mark played a song by him the other day, and it was really, really good. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
I particularly like his chill songs.
Yeah.
More than like his more hip hop rap sort of
Yeah.
sort of trap sort of stuff.
I still just only know that one song. It's like come and
See Me.
Yeah, I still
It's
know
got
the
Drake
best.
in it. It's got a Drake in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
You just get it. You put a feature Drake, and everyone knows
everyone
about it.
listens to it. Exactly.
Feature Chris Brown, everyone knows about it.
But also I found this one song just randomly. I
Yeah.
think it came up in like one of the recommended songs from Spotify, like where you play a
Yeah, yeah.
playlist and it'll just come up next.
Yep.
By Brent Faze. And
Brent
I'm not gonna
Faiyaz.
say
Brent Faiyaz is
Brent
good.
Faze.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the name of it because it's provocative. Like it has a swear word in the title.
What is
But it was like a really chilled out song.
F the world.
Yes.
What?
There you go.
How?
It's F.
Okay.
The title is F the World.
Yep.
But like like you said, it's just kind of one of those songs where you like just listen to it in the car. And it's just boom, boom, boom. Like it's just cruising,
it's
you
just
know.
like,
it's
yeah.
good
Cruising down the
feel.
street in my six four.
But yeah, so that's what I've been listening to.
Yeah, nice,
Damn.
nice.
I always liked your music tastes.
My music
Yeah, I like
taste.
Jason's as well.
Dude, people actually, that's like the best compliment because I
Yeah.
do get it a lot. Like, legit. People do like my music, and
What-
it's the best compliment I could get.
What I don't like though is how sometimes you play it in when we're training, like out in the reception area. And then you're just like, all right, this song, let's play it again. All right, let's do it again.
Play it like 10 times.
I have
If
like,
you're feeling a certain song, you're
if
like,
I'm
let's do
feeling
it
a
again.
certain song, I keep playing it.
Yeah.
But there's some times where I'm just like, I play 15 seconds of a song and I
and then
change
you
it.
skip,
I skip
and then
it.
you're like, all right, next
Just
song.
want to hear that
I
part.
just want to hear that
that's it.
first.
And I'm like about to get into like, all right, let's do a set, and then he's like, change.
No,
That is
Oh.
the best.
Alright,
That
let's
is
go
so
again. Okay.
good. I love it.
DJ Smooth.
That is so good. Oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
That's hilarious.
it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Cool. Well, yeah,
is
that
the
was a
best.
really quick. What have you been listening to?
We're straight to it.
Straight to it.
Straight to it.
Yeah, man.
Speed.
Sick.
Yeah.
Speed is we're very fast.
Very fast.
Fast man.
How long have we been going for? Nearly an
Just
hour.
over an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just thinking actually, just thinking something we could talk about is I was training P2 the other day.
Yep.
And it was just I had like this session planned.
Yep.
And then a few people couldn't come to the session, and I wanted everyone to be there. So I was just like, okay, we'll do something else. And I was like, okay, we're gonna do like hardcore fitness, and then we're gonna have a big stretch, blah blah blah. And then I'm like, let's do a cipher to start off with.
Yeah.
And I was just ciphering, and I was like, guys, do you feel like just ciphering today?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
Sick.
And I was like, let's just cipher. Like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
just
Cipher for
relax
a full hour.
and just cipher for a full hour.
Don't focus too
The
much.
difference is out there, everyone's watching
in here, it's like
here,
your crew.
the
and that's-
crew,
yeah.
and it's just us, and the vibe's there. And so we're just ciphering, and I was just like, I was admiring at how good the crew is and how much they've grown, right?
Mm.
And I was looking at like Morgan and Mark, right?
Mm.
And
Mark is Jason's brother.
Mark is my brother, and he dances. Mark's
Morgan
been
is
dancing.
my brother.
Morgan's your brother.
Yeah. Totally.
Bros for life.
Bros at heart.
And it's like Morgan has had like a huge growth,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really real
Yeah,
fast. And Mark's on his peak. Like he's finding his style, and he's gonna.
He's on the come
watch
up.
It. Yeah, watch it. I'm watching it. I'm like, damn, I don't want him to take me out ever.
Jason's like, I gotta train hard now,
yeah,
man.
legit. So then I was just watching them dance, and I'm like, oh, I'm thinking back to those times where I had like that really big growth.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, when I had that big growth, like what was I going through, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking about how when I had my big growth, that's when I had my injury. Because what happens is us dancers, we go on this spike, right? And
Yeah.
we're just like, wow, I'm literally invincible.
Yeah. And then you just
We
Do
think we're
anything
invincible.
mess
We're
up.
doing crazy things. We're getting all of these. We're getting this shout.
Yeah.
Everyone's giving us props. And that's what they're getting in that
Right.
crew.
Yeah.
They're getting all these props. They're getting props from me, from the crew members, everyone outside. People are seeing how much they've grown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome. But I had to have a talk to them, and I was like, guys, it's times like this where you think you're invincible because you're doing amazing things
Yeah.
and you're pulling off these cool tricks, that an injury is most at risk.
Right. You got to think about longevity
Right?
in those
Don't
times.
just
And
get too hyped at the
Yeah,
moment.
literally.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I was like, if you do something, when you're hyped, right? You do moves that you just don't, either never done before or you push way too much.
Yep, yep.
Which is what happened in my last injury.
Yep.
I got too hyped and I pushed my knee out way too far than it needed to.
Yeah.
And then should have. And then so I was just talking to them and I was like, I'm gonna tell you this so that way you guys, this isn't me telling you off.
Yeah.
This is me on my experience, and I don't want you guys to go through the same thing I went through.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. If you're gonna train something hard, you got to train it slowly, and you got to train it non-stop, so that way it's second nature to you. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's
Make
like
your body used to it.
Make your body used to it.
it's like practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a
like
good way to put it. Yeah.
you got to keep training this certain thing
The
the
correct
correct
way.
way, so your body learns it and your body can do it over and
Yeah.
over and over and
Yeah.
over.
And the next thing I said is like, okay, yeah, cool. I did, when I injured myself, I did a move that I always do.
Yeah.
You know, I always do that move. And so I was like, okay, why did I do that? Well, I wasn't in the right mind
Yeah.
when I was dancing.
Yep.
And so I was obviously, I was really hyped, but I was also like a bit angry from the battle that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost the battle just before or something like that. And I was just like, what? It was against you. And Andy voted it against me. And I was like, I definitely took Josh out in that
Yeah.
battle. And I was just like, what the hell? Like,
And then the next battle was
and then
against
it was
Andy.
it was against Andy.
Yeah.
And then I really got angry and I'm taking him out. I did take him out. But I didn't calm down.
Yeah.
I didn't calm down. And I
Yeah.
kept that anger and I kept that, you know, like when you're ahead of yourself
Yeah.
and you're not thinking straight.
Yeah.
And so you do things without thinking.
It's like it's just based on pure emotion.
Right.
And just like
And all you need to do is literally just take three, like, just
Yeah.
breathe, man.
Deep
like,
breaths. 3 breaths.
Deep
whatever
breaths.
it is, go do some push-ups and slow yourself down.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, get tired. Yeah. And I didn't, and that's why the injury happened, because I pushed myself. I wasn't in the right state, and that's something I had to tell them. It was like,
Yeah.
guys, when you get hype, people, you hear the woo, you hear all that props and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. You got to remember, you got to slow down.
Mm.
And it's even like, even as dancers, when we are hype, we move too fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is gonna help you as a dancer,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
also gonna help your body.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Keep you safe.
It's like I might be 22 in a wheelchair, like for
Yeah.
all I know.
That's the
We
thing,
hope
like-
not.
Because dancers are athletes. Like we have to use our body.
Our body is like the
constantly.
most important thing.
Yeah.
Our body
and
is
your-
our weapon.
And if you just think about it, in general, your body is like your one true home, right? Like there's
Our little flesh bag.
yeah. You and your flesh bag. That's all you got.
That's all you
Right.
got.
Like, so do everything you can to make your home better, right?
Yeah.
Like, make sure you're doing fitness, you're stretching, you're recovering.
Hang up some decorations, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Legit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
You're-
so funny.
all right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
I like
Yeah.
that joke way too much. I like that joke way
didn't
too
get it.
much.
No, because your body is your home, and then he's like, hang up decorations in your home.
He's talking about how to improve
Right,
your home.
should we
make
go?
it-
Yeah, let's go.
Should we go?
Let's go again. 2 out of 10.
1.5.
No, but that was good. That
Going
was good.
down.
That
I
was
like
good,
it.
Josh.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Thank
it.
you.
Now that you explained it, I get it.
But yeah, it's like doing all these things to better yourself, even like mentally,
Yeah.
because like that is also part of your home, your mental home that you're constantly in, right? And I feel like so many people nowadays can't sit still within their mental home,
Their own mind. Yeah.
right? Like, because
You can
of-
see that through Corona, like when
Yeah.
we were in lockdown.
Yeah. And because also we have so much social media nowadays, and we have like phones and computers in our pocket,
Yeah.
we can like, as soon as we get bored up here, we can
We get down
instantly,
there. Yeah.
get gratification just from looking down, right? And it's like, I feel like that slows so much progress just in life,
Mhm.
right? So it's like, if you're able to actually understand your own thoughts, your own feelings, and like be comfortable with yourself, know yourself, love yourself, you
Yeah.
know, within your home, your mental home, like then you're able to overcome so much more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think one more thing with the like injuries and stuff. This one guy from Quest Crew, Ryan May, one of my idols. But
Has the same name too.
yeah, he does like this crazy, like all these crazy tricks. Yeah, one is he like jumps backwards and lands on his head.
Damn.
Like just like sticks
Stevie
it, just
G
jump,
stuff.
boom. Yeah, and then the other one is like he does a massive suicide like coin drop where he jumps up like does a back handspring, jumps up super high and just lands on his back. Yeah. Anyway, like but with both those tricks, he's
But
like
why? But why?
he's like, I don't train them. That's for some reason that's his thing. He's like, the moment I worry about me thinking like I'm like, oh, I have to do this trick. He's like, I know it's in my body because I have trained it before. You know, I know it. I don't consistently train it because I already did it. I already trained it. I already know it. It's in my body. It's in my foundation. So I know every time I'm going to hit it like that.
Yeah.
Because if I after knowing the move and having the move, then if you're like, oh, do I still have the move? That's when you're gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
But I think he
You
also
overthink it.
like he's at that stage where he can confidently do
Yeah.
things. He isn't nervous like how some of us are in our battles.
Yeah, that's-
you know what I
that's
mean. Like
also the thing.
or like we're in a comp.
Yeah.
We're still a bit nervous and stuff
Like-
like that. Where he could have been doing this for years, or
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
he's got that experience where he doesn't need to because he isn't nervous. He's
Yeah.
in the right mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, definitely. It's like with me when I did that, when I tried to do the flip the first time we went to DS, Destructive Steps.
Yes.
Destructive Steps is a battle event in Sydney. It's like one of the biggest
Remember this?
battle events.
How could
Um,
we
in the-
forget? That should be a
in
new
Australia?
episode. That should be a new segment. How could
How
we
could we
forget?
forget? How could and we just talk about
Yeah.
embarrassing moments.
Embarrassing.
I've actually thought about this thing, like
That's
having
actually pretty good.
episodes where we just dedicate them. They can just be shorter ones, just
Yeah.
dedicated to like one infamous Project One story.
I did want to tell a story though on this podcast. 'cause
Just go about the DS. Go about the DS. Just
Okay,
say it.
I'll finish the DS
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
We'll do it in another episode.
So it was like I was at the end of my set, right? I just did like it was okay. It was an
Yeah.
okay set.
Yeah.
It was like
It was a good
house-
set, guys. It was a
to
good
house
set.
Good
song.
set.
No, it wasn't that good. It was like, and at that time I was like, oh yeah, I can do a flip, right? And then
Which he could.
which I could at the time, and then towards the end of my set, I was like, oh yeah, this set is going all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just chuck a flip, right? So the judge or the MC was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right, counting down, and I was like, all right, got to do it now. So I went 3, 2, stepped back, and then as soon as I took the first step back, I'm like, I don't have enough momentum. I can't make this. So I just did a flip, landed on my back, and then just like had to get up at the end of, at the end of my set after that MC had counted down. Everyone's watching me, and I'm just on the floor, and I'm like, why did I do that? And then I didn't hear the end of it.
So
from
as the
P1.
crowd being in the crowd and watching that,
Yeah.
Ryan did a really good set. We're watching it. Your crew members up there. You're really excited for him, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he does that, and you're just there like,
Why?
oh.
Why did?
You know what I
why
mean?
did you-
And I look at the judges. That's the first thing I always do. Is I look
Yeah.
at the judges to look at their reaction. And I remember seeing like,
Yeah, all the judges are like,
Just,
oh, why?
yeah.
Why?
Anyway, it's not even about that. It's also like, are you okay? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Because you might have actually hurt yourself. Like you stayed there lying there like, what the hell did I just do?
Well, yeah, because of course I didn't hurt myself, but I went down there and I was like, why did I just do
You were
that?
eating yourself.
I was
on the
literally
side.
on the floor. It felt like an hour. I was just thinking, I was like,
Damn.
what went
Screwed
wrong in
up.
my life to bring me to this moment? Is
Probably
this
wondering
the
how I
end?
ended up here.
Is this how I die?
If you ever make a movie, that's where you got to start from.
Hey, this is me. You're probably wondering how I
I
ended
wasn't
up
always
here.
like this. Yeah.
Start off with my reaction, like, oh, and then go over
Yeah.
to, like, this is
No.
me. Wait, no, not this guy. This guy.
This guy. Oh, that would be perfect.
What were you saying?
So the other story I wanted to tell was, since Jason and I are here, the story of us almost dying in America.
Oh, dude.
Far out.
Dude.
Oh, this Uber.
Dude, I'm shaking thinking about
Like,
it.
Oh, it
So-
still scares me.
I'm like we've had this conversation of like being scared of things, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't really get scared of much, like, and in terms of driving, like I drive okay. Like, like in terms, like, you know, I'm not scared. Some people get scared to be in the car and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and like, you know, to speed a little bit or to go fast. I'm not really like, I don't really mind that stuff. And so, we got in the car. Should we actually explain the story?
Yeah, I think so.
So we called an Uber up. We went to go grocery
is like,
shopping
yeah.
in America.
Coming back from groceries.
Going back from
Yeah.
groceries. So we had groceries. We called an Uber up and it rocked up. Ryan put the trolley away, so I went to the car first, and it was this nice muscle car. I was like, damn, this is gonna be
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
So I opened up the front door,
Yes.
and he had things there, and he goes, nah, bro, sit in the back. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's the
It was, like,
first thing,
kinda
right?
weird.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really awkward. So that's the first thing, is that culture, like America and Australia,
Yeah.
if there's an Uber, we usually sit at the front. If there's a taxi, like we can comfortably sit
Yeah.
at the front.
Yeah, that's just Australian
That's just how
culture.
it is.
Yeah, but
like, we're chill.
American, like,
America,
yeah.
obviously not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we learnt that. You see it in movies, right?
Right?
And I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
never picked it up.
Never
Yeah.
clicked.
I never clicked it. So and then we sat in the back, and Ryan sat next to me, and we're just driving, and he starts off, and he's like, "Yo, why do you guys want to sit in the front?"
Yeah, and like, he's kind of like accusing us almost.
Yeah.
Like the way he's speaking is very like,
Like,
it's like
is
such a
something,
weird
like,
vibe.
Like,
Yeah.
like, is something wrong with you guys?
weird.
Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
like,
like,
weird.
why did
Yeah.
you try and sit in?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like he's driving, and he's asking us this question, and then he crosses double lines.
Mm.
So you're meant to turn right out of this intersection, but he goes past the double lines to turn left. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, that works. Like, you can do that, whatever. But the timing he does it, he was so focused on the conversation.
Yeah.
He went literally
So like, wait,
seconds.
I'll describe the intersection as well. There's 3 cars coming this way, 3 cars, like 3 lanes of traffic, and then 3 lanes on the other side. So he's trying to cross the 3 lanes of traffic to get to the other side to drive, like
Back-
to get
back
onto
to
those
us.
3 lanes
Yeah.
to get back to the hotel or the resort, right?
because
So, yeah.
Americans like they drive on the right side.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. So he, yeah, like you said, he was so focused on our conversation, or like he was just elsewhere, I guess. So yeah, he starts driving, like over the 2 lines to get to the other side. Okay, and this is the bit
Shaking,
that scares
bro.
me the most, because he goes right, I don't think he even looks at the traffic. All the cars are coming, right? But I'm on the side where I don't see. Yeah, so the cars are coming behind me because I'm looking at Jason. We're like, oh, this guy's kind of weird. And then Jason, I just see his eyes like get wide, and he's literally just like all the breath, I feel like it leaves his body, and he just like grabs at my chest, and he just like grabs so tight, and I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, and I just see all the like fear in his eyes, and I was like, what? And then he was trying to say like behind you, like look behind you. And then I was just like, what? And then I turn around. There's cars like literally about to hit us. Like this
That
close. I'm
close.
serious. Like,
and so the
so
sunset was
close.
down,
Yeah.
and people had their lights on.
Yeah.
And so people were like flashing their lights and honking the horn, and
Mm.
like you hear like brake, like literally just
Yeah.
misses us. And I'm out of breath, and I'm just trying to grab Ryan to tell him, like, dude, like that was Ryan's side.
Yeah.
That was Ryan's side. If that hit Ryan, I feel like Ryan would not be here right now. I'm
Right.
not even joking. Like,
Legitimately.
that's how
They
much
were
it
going that
scared me.
fast.
Yeah.
They were going that like you're on. This is like a
This is
highway.
like a highway,
This
yeah.
is a highway, and so they were going far. Like it's just everything.
Yeah.
All my emotion was put onto that.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the drive was so awkward. He goes, guys, I'm sorry about that. And I was like, yeah, good. Yeah.
You
And I
should
was
be
just like-
sorry.
and I was just like, I was so angry. I was in like, you know when you get in those moods, like, I don't care what you have to say. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever it is going on in your life, I'm that angry right now.
Yeah.
And so then he dropped us off. We took out our groceries and we were standing outside. We had to wait for some people to come help us. We had heaps of groceries.
Mm.
And I was just there, like, I put so much energy into
Yeah.
trying to tell Ryan about this car that I lost all my energy and was just like, I was
were
about
just-
to faint.
yeah.
And I was just there like, what just happened? And we were just trying to catch my breath. And I was just
Mm.
like, and then I picked it back up after and I was just pacing around like, what just
Yeah.
happened? And I
Yeah.
was so angry.
I remember. Oh man, I gave him such a bad rating.
Good.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
as you should.
Seriously, that was like he just drove, and then like after the car stopped, he just kept going, and just the whole car ride, we were like, this dude, like
That's the first time I think my life has ever flashed before my
yeah,
eyes.
and that was I think the scariest part for me wasn't actually the cars. It was like looking at Jason and like
Seeing Jason's fear.
his fear and his emotion and like grabbing at me. I was like, that like sticks with me.
Yeah.
That image.
Far out.
I'm like,
It's probably
oh
really
my god.
ugly as well.
No, like it wasn't even like it was just like pure
yeah,
yeah,
legit.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Man, that's crazy.
That's a good note to finish on.
Yeah, I'm glad we have that onto internet somewhere. So if we
internet.
forget,
Yeah.
then we can
Yeah, exactly.
To
Yeah,
look
yeah.
back at it.
look back.
Awesome.
All right.
Wow.
Fun
Thank-
podcast. I don't even want to stop. This is too much
Yeah.
fun.
Good stuff, right?
Cool. Well, yeah. Thanks very much, Jason, for coming.
course,
to
yeah,
this
thanks.
interview.
It was awesome.
It was good. It was great to hear, your sort of perspective of P1 coming together because you were in it before everyone else. But yeah, thanks Ryan as well for helping me host.
Thank you,
Welcome,
Josh.
welcome back to my.
You guys are
being
just.
my
This is
co-host.
something. This is too cute. Why
There's
don't you
something-
guys
there's
rate
something
each
here.
other?
Right?
Rate the love.
10. I already did last week.
He gave you a number. Remember that.
Wow.
Remember that.
Wow. He's not
He's
Jay
not-
Smooth, is
No,
he?
no,
Not
Jay
Jay
Smooth.
I would say like, yeah, it's more than
Give him an alphabet.
like maybe like a
10A.
Huh?
A 10A.
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 The first letter, dude. Come on, man.
Sorry. 10Z.
Ooh.
Is he
Z.
just Z, like
Z.
the last letter of the alphabet?
Last letter.
Is he last?
That's it,
Wow.
all the
So
way.
you got
Wow.
25 other people for him.
You know what? Okay. I tried first, and then I tried last.
It ain't working.
It's going down. You're in a 9 now.
No. But yeah, I reckon that's about it.
That's about it.
So, we're at Project One Official everywhere. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Subscribe
YouTube
to our
as well.
YouTube channel. Yeah, subscribe to the Project One Dance Podcast channel. Leave a
Yes.
comment so we can,
Ask the next people.
Ask the next
We're
people.
getting
Or
interviewed.
just-
It's Jade next week.
Jay next week.
so
Or just
yeah.
let us know what you want to hear. Oh, wait, what?
Do you reckon
Let us
Jade will
know.
watch her own podcast
I reckon.
after she finishes her
no,
episode?
I
That's-
reckon. I don't think
yeah,
she
no,
will.
I don't think she will.
Yeah.
I reckon she won't. We'll find out. We'll ask her.
But yeah, you can find Jason at
Jason Elquary _
Jason Korean school
on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
That was pretty much it.
that's it. All right.
Just follow me there.
Just follow them there.
Follow him
Got my
there.
number?
Yeah.
Got my number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
It's.
Snapchat, my social security number, and
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
take that. Yeah.
and my bank details.
Yeah. Have you got your tax file number?
Yeah.
Text my.
I'll give you my bank
ABN?
details so
Yeah.
you guys can transfer
Okay,
me if
cool.
you want.
All right.
Is that a good one? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like
so
people putting their Venmo account. Like, hey, you can transfer.
transfer here.
We do all this for free. So here, have my
Yeah. If you want to make some donations.
No, but thank you
Thanks
everyone
very much
for
for watching, guys.
We
Yeah.
always appreciate your support. It's Hot Takes with Ryan. You never know.
Oh, just as we thought it was at the end,
Wow.
it's back. Hot
back.
takes with
Hot
Ryan.
Takes.
Go.
So the hot take today is.
I was gonna
you
milli
know,
rock it on the way out.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Hot take is sometimes I won't do a hot take because then you actually never know when it's
Then you
coming.
actually never.
Boom.
It
Hot
may
take.
be a hot take that week, or it may be a not.
Wait,
may- it
okay,
might be
serious.
cold
Next
take.
week when the
Might
hot
be
take
cold take.
happens, can you guys give each other a signal, like a wink or something? I want Jade to be sitting here. I want you guys to just scare her.
Just yell.
Right, just stand up. Just stand up and scare her. Because she's not gonna watch this. So
She won't watch it. If she does, she'll prepare herself for it. So,
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. We'll
that's
find
true.
out.
We'll find
Okay,
out next
what-
week.
We got to figure out the signal.
Yeah.
The signal now.
Signal. Yeah.
Or just
Are
like
we just like, because lock
do
eyes,
the
right?
do the Jason scared fear.
All right, the Jason Scafia.
Jason Scafia.
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 All right, you can follow me at ryan.rt.
And you can follow me at Josh_page7.
And that's about it. Thank
Yeah.
you for
You wanna
watching.
hot
Thanks for watching.
Not doing hot takes.
That was the
That
hot
was a hot
take.
take. That wasn't a hot take. The
hot take was
wasn't
like-
a hot take.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
You get it. He gets it.
Hot take is that there was no hot take.
Boom.
Cool. So, this has been Project One. Signing out.
You created that. You did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
That's yours.
Oh, guys, cool.